that you would like, but I imagine you also like the response from the guys.
No, I mean, lasting impression is the last thing that happens often, and it's impossible to not be happy for Grimmer. He's a kid who's had some injuries and some other adversity, and he works hard enough. He deserves more reps, so that's kind of the lasting impression.
How important was what Dylan did to kind of settle you all in there?
Yeah, that was, you know, a little bit of a stress reliever as far as, you know, where you're at in the game. You anticipate coming back home and taking control of the game, and it wasn't there. So it certainly calmed the storm, and he gave us more outs than we expected.
What is different maybe about Reese this year to begin the year than in years past?
I think the experience he can call on. Marcus Phillips is in that category. Some others are too. But there's just more of a sense of calm. I mean, the body language is better. He's just more comfortable in his own skin, and I think he's earned that right with all the hard work he's put in. He's learned from guys that played in front of him, and you know, it's rare that a guy is willing to accept that sequence of events of playing a little bit, being a good teammate, working to get better so you get more, deservingly getting more, but not getting as much as, you know, you want and maybe even deserve last year. But, you know, there was a lot of guys like that. That's what happens when you got a good team. And now his time has arrived, and he's taken advantage of it. And I think he's more relaxed and having fun at the ballpark.
What's going through your head when you see Hunter crash into the wall again?
I hope in that case, I hope he was all right. And you know how I feel about our fans. I wouldn't be standing here if I didn't think they were A+ and arguably the best in the country. But I think next time the guy risks his whole face running into the wall, it'd be good if he'd get a good ovation that next at bat. Standing would be ideal, but just a good ovation that next at bat, because he literally has risked life and limb. And I know a lot of fanfares come with that, but just on that particular occasion.
Steve from Charmin tonight.
He, according to one of the coaches in the dugout, he threw his first fastball of the year, and that's a little bit of a smart aleck comment, but we know he's capable of more than what he's done, and he showed flashes of it tonight, especially when he kind of settled in. And you can't wait for the game to give you permission to be confident, and you certainly can't. You know, it does take some time. We use Reese as an example, but you can't wait for the game to give you permission, like I said, to be better. You know, so anyway, he did a good job.
Why does this team have a knack for grand slams? I guess similar to last year's team, but at an even higher rate.
Well, you got to get on base, that's for sure. And then I think, you know, in a case like tonight, there's a guy that's eager to come off the bench and, you know, get in the game. And, you know, if Dean hits a ball fair, it's a decent chance he doesn't even get to hit. So sometimes it's that 1-2, you know, that's taken place for some guys off the bench, because there's been a lot of guys off the bench that have done that. But again, I think you got to get on base, and you guys, rightfully so, kind of brought up walks earlier in the year, and then ironically the next game we chased a bunch of pitches, or I forget what happened. But though there's no one strategy at the plate, get a walk, get a homer. It's just guys grinding out at-bats for each other.
Do you have a plan for pitching tomorrow, and is AJ maybe in that plan?
No, he's not, but I can tell you tonight didn't go to plan, and that is a huge kudos to Radford. We could have played better defense, but even having said that, they battled some 2-strike pitches. They took good swings without Hunter's catch. We might still be playing, so credit to them, but it certainly derailed what our ideal plan A of today and tomorrow was. So I don't necessarily know who will start, but we're going to need all hands on deck. Xavier is always good. They're well coached. Those guys work their butt off, recruiting and coaching. And I looked at their schedule. I don't know why I did. I told our team that schedule's ridiculous. I mean, they've probably played the hardest schedule in the country, especially if you count what they got this week.
What do you see from Dean right now that's maybe leading to some inaccurate throws?
You know, I think, you know, first off, Blake Burke did such a great job over there, and we've asked some guys to, I don't want to say play out of position, but get more comfortable with that position. And then tonight, you got a tough double play in there where he he used his arm strength to get it across the dugout, across the field, but it was a little short. We don't pick that one. We did pick another. And then I think the play in the first inning was, you know, a deal where when you come in or sometimes a pitcher picks up a bunt, you can't stand up. You got to stay in an athletic position and just whip that thing across there. And I think he got caught standing up and just kind of feeling for it over there. But guy works his butt off, and obviously he was at the center of the field, in the middle of the field when we won last year.
One or two more guys.
There was a ruling yesterday on Alberto. What was your reaction to that coming down?
Not good, not today either. So, but I don't have a react. I'd like your guys' reaction. I'd like to know what that is, because all I've gotten out of you guys is it's straightforward and it's I don't see how it's straightforward. So I can't do anything. So other than I can tell you this, we will make sure it's worth his while being at this place. So.
Thanks, everybody.